Hey guys, Emily here, and today I have a video, a very important video for those of you that are preparing for the RICA. So these are my new California teachers getting ready for the RICA exam. We know that there's been a ton of information that came out recently from the CTC about the future of the RICA, and there are questions swirling all over social media and as far as what you need to do with this. And so I'm a firm believer. I don't like rumors. I don't like people just kind of taking a little bit of information and running with it. So I'm here to kind of clear some things up for you and make sure that you understand the facts of what we know and what we don't know yet. This is a transition period, and so things are going to be a little bit kind of crazy for the next couple of years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I have a little presentation to help guide me and to show you what some of these updates and information are directly from the CDC. Okay, so these are the updates as of July 2nd. Well, actually, it came in July 1 of 2023. So we know a few things. We know that the RICA is planning to be sunset or retired or done away with by July 1 of 2025. We've known that for a while. There's been a lot of talks. There's been some legislation that's kind of directing some decisions that are happening. There's a committee in place, and this committee is meeting a few times. I think they've met so far 4 times, and they are trying to determine what they're going to do with the content. And so what I've taken here are directly from their reports. All of the reports will be linked in the show notes so that you can look at it and review everything yourself. But these are just some highlights. So here's what we know. We know that the newly enrolled credential candidates, beginning July 2025, newly enrolled credential candidates will be required to pass a commission-adopted performance assessment that is going to include the content, literacy content, basically that was already in the RICA. A lot of this is being driven by the dyslexia guidelines, some legislation that was created a few years ago, which was a great move. And so anybody who is new in the new program, just starting 2025 fall, will not have to do the RICA, okay? So that means what happens to those of you that are currently in the system? Well, here's the deal. Current and prospective candidates who wish to take the RICA exam to meet the requirement must take and pass all 3 subtests of the written or the video by July 1, 2025. So you have 2 years to complete the requirement. And it says candidates who wish to take the RICA. Now, candidates who attempted but have not completed the portion of the RICA that they need to by 2025, July 1, no matter where you are, if you don't finish the RICA by then, now you're going to have to get ready for the new one. And here's the thing. We don't know what the new one's going to look like. And there's going to be a transition period of, you know, kind of getting the scoring down and everybody just kind of knowing how it's going to work. So that's a little pause for concern. We also know that the new literacy performance assessment is currently under development. They have been working on it. It should be ready for piloting by next spring. So some of your universities may be piloting this assessment in spring of 2024, and then the field testing will begin in spring of 2025. And what that means for you as a candidate, we don't know. We don't know yet. That's still happening. There are conversations, I'm sure, happening between the commission and the universities themselves. So we do know that the university programs have to start revising the content of what teachers are being given at the university level. And this should have happened a long time ago, quite honestly. So they are saying that the universities, okay, have to be ready to have full implementation of the literacy performance assessment by that academic year, during the 2024-25 academic year, because our new teachers in 2024 have to be ready to take it by that summer of 2025, okay? So it's anticipated that more information about the certification process will be made available to programs in early fall of 2024. So what that really means is we don't know during this year much, okay? They're still developing this. There are conversations happening behind the scenes. And so as a candidate, you won't know specifically about this new thing really until fall of 2024, because hopefully by then their programs, the undergrad or the credential programs, should be aligned. Okay, so we also know that the new literacy program standards are going to impact the TPEs, okay? So that means that it's going to impact the curriculum that you're given, the field experiences, and the institutions are going to be revising their programs to meet these needs in order to meet the timeline that they have set. Again, we're still up in the air. We also know that the Cal TPA Cycle 2 is going to be revised. And it says they, meaning the commission, confirmed that priority domain 7 of TPEs will be incorporated into the current Cycle 2 of the multiple subject and ed specialists, all those ed specialists, Cal TPA adopted model. This is all driven by the California Dyslexia Guidelines and the ELA, ELD frameworks that will serve as foundational documents in order to guide those best literacy practices. So the Dyslexia Guidelines, you can go and look them up. This happened, I believe, in 2017. There was legislation that was passed related to this, and we're finally kind of catching up to do with our instruction what actually needed to be done for many, many years. So what we don't know, though, these are the things that we know. Okay, so let me be clear. I took everything straight out of the documents that I'm going to link so that you can go back and read it yourself. This is everything provided by the CTC. Please, if I miss something, share it with me. Some of this is still left to some interpretation. So this is my opinion and my interpretation of what I'm reading. Now, we really still don't know a lot. First, we don't know what changes will actually be made to the Cycle 2 of the Cal TPA. Although, if you go into one of the documents that I'm going to link, they have given a list of things that they think will stay the same, and then a list of things that they think will change, but they don't know how they're going to change. So there is a little bit of a direction there, but we just don't know exactly what that's going to look like. We also don't know what changes your universities are going to make to your programs, which means if you're under one catalog year for all of your courses, is there going to be something that's going to be missed? Are you going to have to take other classes? I have no idea. And so we also don't know how universities are going to advise students. And again, we really won't know for the next year. So nothing is going to be firm until about summer of 2024, because that's when those programs need to be aligned at the university so that those teachers coming through in the 24-25 school year will be ready to take this new, the new Cycle 2, if that's what they're going to do. It doesn't appear that they're going to add another cycle. They're just going to revise Cycle 2. At least that's my interpretation. I would love to know what anyone else says. So here are my recommendations, okay? First, if you are currently in the system, you're already in a program, pass the RICA as soon as possible. So none of these changes and hit and miss kinds of things are going to affect you. Get the RICA done. You know what the RICA is, you know what has to be done. So it's kind of like it's, the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't know. So that's just kind of my recommendation. Back in the early 90s, I got stuck in this transition from the clad, and it was a mess. It was such a mess, and it put me off for like a semester. And I don't want to see you guys go through that. So trust me, learn from my experience and just get done, because you know what you got to do. The second recommendation is wait for your universities to provide guidance. Okay. We don't know what they're going to do yet. Again, this information is still being trickled down to them. And that means that you're going to have to be patient. And this is new to everybody, and everybody's still trying to figure it out. But what I would not recommend is, don't think that, oh, well, the RICA is going to go away. I'm going to wait for 2 years and just take this new one. You don't know what the new one's going to be. And my guess is it's not, people always say, was it easier? Is it harder? I don't know, but in my opinion, things don't really get easier. I think it'll definitely be more challenging, because you've got new structures in place, new scoring in place, and we just won't know what to expect. Okay. So those are my recommendations. The sources that I pulled this from are all available on the CDC website. They've got some updates and alerts related to the RICA, but one is the report to the legislature on the implementation of Senate Bill 488. That one has the most information, but this program sponsor alert that came out from the Department of Ed was really informative as well. And so I'm going to link both of those in here, and they have a bunch of hot links that you are welcome to go and read other things. So I'm just trying to help calm some nerves. Always do your own research and figure it out. Keep me in the loop. I would love to know what you think. Excuse me. And I just want to remind you that if you are going to continue with the RICA, you are welcome to join me at RICAprep101.com. I think I always laugh and say I've been taking the RICA longer than anybody. It's been about 8 years. And so if you want some guidance, check it out. You can see what kind of course, workshops, and information I can provide. And I know that it seems impossible, but you're going to get through it. Again, I wouldn't put it off. I would buckle down and get it done while it is something that you know exactly what you have to do. Don't get stuck like I was back in, I think it was 1992 or 93, when they transitioned the CLAD into all the coursework, and you couldn't get your credential if you didn't have the coursework. It was a mess. So that would be my recommendation. I look forward to hearing from you. If you learn of anything new, you see those alerts, go ahead and tag me or message me so that I can see them. Thank you to my people inside my Facebook group, RICA Prep 101. You guys always keep me informed when things come out. I appreciate that so much. All right. So I hope that helped, and good luck. Bye for now.